Welcome to the heart of Ford. This is Michigan Central Station here in Corktown area of Detroit, and this is the 2025 Mustang Mach-E. For 2025, the Mach-E is pretty much the same Mach-E we have always loved, although Ford did a couple of clever things that I really like. There is an updated Blue Cruise hands-free drive system. They've actually redesigned the center console, and there's a lot to see actually on the driver assist and multimedia screens inside the car. I'm going to take you around the changes for 2025. It's not a lot, but it's enough that if you're trying to decide between 24 and 2025, you'll probably go for the new one. It's pretty good. Come on, let's take a look. Be sure to follow along on all our social channels. There's a link to our newsletter below. Subscribe to us right here on YouTube. And if you like the Mustang Mach-E, click the video links as they pop up in the corner. You're going to like those too. This is the Mustang Mach-E Rally Edition. It is very cool. You might remember, in fact, I'll put a video up there, that we drove the Rally Edition on an actual rally course. There are a lot of things about this particular edition that I really like. It also is the top of the line, along with the GT, of the Mustang Mach-E. Our Rally Edition features these beautiful monoblock white wheels. This is a big trend that we're seeing across the line, from really high-end cars like Mercedes-Benz and Rivian to really affordable cars like the Ford Maverick Lobo Edition sport truck. Also has monoblock wheels. I really love this as a design trend. It's very cool. I love that the Mach-E Rally Edition has them. They're also really aerodynamic for electric car driving. Monoblock or blade style wheels actually prevent air from slowing down the car. Also new for 2025 is this color. It's called Molten Magenta. It actually has sort of a hot pink or a purple hue to it. I really like that a lot. Ours does not come with a sunroof, but that is an option that you can get in these cars. Let me show you what else is new for 2025. The monoblock wheels are really beautiful. This is on the Mach-E Rally. And then there's this Molten Magenta color. Oh, I can't tell you how much I love this color. With the gray interior, this would be the absolute best choice, in my opinion, for any of the Mach-E's that you can get. This one, because it's the Rally Edition, has this really big spoiler here. I kind of like it, and I really love how the Mustang Mach-E design team integrated this, so you kind of see it from the rear, but it's not super obvious or obnoxious, but it is really there to do a job, and that job is to keep the air flowing over the back of the car without slowing it down. Also new for 2025, in addition to this Molten Magenta, are two new colors. One is called Velocity Blue, the other is called Desert Sand. You'll notice here they did not change the position of the charge port, meaning that if you take it to a Tesla charger, in addition to using the adapter that Ford will give you, you will also need to straddle the parking spot in order to reach the Tesla charger with that shorter cord. Some of them have longer cords, but the ones with the shorter cord, you're going to have to really get close and straddle that parking spot. And then they have not updated this with the NACS port either. So this is the standard old style C1772, but Ford will provide you with an adapter. And there, of course, is the pony there on the inside of the charge door. The thing that I probably like best about the 2025 edition is Blue Cruise 1.5. That is the most advanced Blue Cruise that we've seen so far, and it's pretty good. I just took it out for a test drive here on the highways in southern Michigan, and it was pretty impressive. I'm going to show you what that looks like right now. Navigation is set. We're out on the road. I am going to hop onto the highway here, and we're going to see what it's like to use Blue Cruise 1.5 hands-free driving. I am going to say, though, this car is so fun to drive. Could you? I know you can't feel that, but I wish you could feel that, because it is really good. Okay, so short merge here, and I'm not going to actually pop it in. I've got to go merge onto another highway first. So I'm not going to challenge it to follow these curves. It might do it, it might not, but this is actually a place where I would never trust a hands-free drive system where the highway divides and then there's a narrow lane and a sharp curve. This is where the driver needs to be in control. And that really is the point of these systems, is allowing the driver, requiring the driver to really be in control here and letting the car do the things that are less necessary for immediate attention all the time. That's tedious and it's stressful for you to have to pay attention all the time. The car can do the stressful stuff, and you can do the big picture stuff, and that is allowing it to do the hands-free driving, allowing it to monitor traffic around you, allowing it to do those things. Okay, so all I've done is I touched one button here on the left side of my steering wheel, And now it's already doing the lane change. I had set it to automatic lane change, and the car ahead of me wasn't going as fast as I set my navigation for, or my adaptive cruise for, and so now I'm hands-free. I can monitor the speed limit, which is something that this is not going to do. This is not going to monitor the speed limit and then change our speed based on the speed limit. But the speed limit will change up here, and I need to pay attention because right now the speed limit is 55, but I'm going to go just a few miles and it will notch up to 65 miles an hour, and I'll then be able to increase my speed. Now, I'd like to change lanes. It's not telling me to change lanes because the car ahead of me is going a decent speed. But I see cars merging on the highway ahead, and I want to get over, so I get out of their way. So I just have to tap the turn signal and it will do that. Now, it might have changed my lane automatically when it saw that we were approaching a slower car ahead of us, and that is a part of the automatic lane change function. So I'm going to change lanes again and get behind this slower van ahead of me. So now our speed is dropping, but there is a car in the left lane. Once this car passes us, let's see if it activates lane change assist. It should. There we go. There is our automatic lane change. And is it going to do it? It's going to do it, even though another car pulled in right behind us. And what it noticed was that that car that pulled in behind us was going not quite as fast as we were, but it was gaining speed. And once we changed lanes, we could get up to speed quickly too. That's exactly how I would have done this as a driver. And I like that the car did it as well. That's pretty good. The Mustang Mach-E still has those push and go door handles and the electric latch release here on the door handle. That hasn't changed. What has changed are some of the functions here on the center screen and the crisper, clearer, more information, more detailed driver display. We still have the phone charger here over on the left side and a smaller spot for a second phone over here. It's a little angled, so it will not fit two phones. They kind of butt heads a little bit there. Maybe they'll fit if one of them is a little smaller. I haven't found that really to be an issue. The person in the passenger seat has control over that, or if you don't have somebody in the passenger seat, then you get all that to yourself. What has changed is this center console now has more storage, and oh, it's a little flexible. So I could actually put a phone here if I wanted to put a phone there and put a charge cord into it. There are still two USB ports down here. So that's a nice detail. Here's our park assist and our emergency flashers. And then here is our parking brake. And then there's a space here, which is great for a car key. So here is my Mustang Mach-E car key. And I can just pop it right there if I'd like to. And then we also have this retractable top over the center console with two more USB-C ports and a 12-volt outlet and coin holders. Coin holders are going to become a quaint thing of the past, I have a feeling. So really nice center console area here, and that is freed up because they moved the gear shifter to here. So now it is just a put it down for drive, put it up for park, for reverse, and push the button for park. The power button is still right here next to the center screen. And then we also have this under storage space here where you can put a phone or other items down there. So I really do like how they organized all of this space on the center console. This hasn't changed at all. You still have your adaptive cruise feature here. You tap that to put it in Blue Cruise, which Blue Cruise is essentially you don't have to make a separate choice for Blue Cruise versus Adaptive Cruise, which is a nice thing. You can just tap that button. If Blue Cruise is available, it will tell you you can go hands-free. If it's not available, you're in Adaptive Cruise. Very simple, very easy. We have a really nice display here. It has our built-in navigation. If you connect Apple CarPlay, you'll see built-in that navigation in here as well. You'll see your battery power, you'll see all your driver display information here, and then there's a panel over here on the right that will display different things. It will tell you to keep your eyes on the road, which I found out today. It will tell you that the passenger door is ajar, things like that. And then it will also tell you what gear that you're in. On the driver's display, you'll see lots of great information here too. So you'll see our charge level here. There's our speed limit. Here's our navigation, and navigation will show up if you're using Apple CarPlay and using Apple Map. You'll have that navigation display here as well. Here is our driver display for our driver features that are active, and that's where you'll see Blue Cruise show up. Here's our speed limit, and then here are our gear selector, mileage, and then features in action there. And it also shows me that my one pedal driving is on and that I'm not wearing my seatbelt. This is the driver monitor camera, so you'll see those flashing lights. I don't see that, you see that because the frame rate of the camera and the lights are different, so it shows that. This is our gap adjust, so if I want to stay a little closer or a little further away from the cars ahead of me, I can adjust that. I didn't use that at all during our test drive of Blue Cruise 1.5 because it automatically adjusted our distance anyway and adjusted our speed. So you might really need that if you're, say, on a road trip or you're in heavy traffic, but otherwise you don't need that. And then here is our lane keep system, and I can turn this on or off, and I have it on. Over here on the main screen is where you will find all of the controls for this car. So I have one pedal drive on, the propulsion sound is on, and I have auto hold on. I love those features. But let's talk about Blue Cruise 1.5 because this is really the key to life here. So you're going to tap adaptive cruise control, and then you'll see with adaptive cruise control are all of the features that you'll have active on Blue Cruise 1.5. Now I can go back to normal and it's just control, and adaptive is going to be off. That is just going to be regular cruise control, and you're going to have to adjust the speed. I can turn on or off all these features though, and I really love this. So I can turn on or off lane centering with hands-free with Blue Cruise. In-lane repositioning, I believe that will be automatic. Lane change assist will be automatic. Automatic lane change, and these are going to be Blue Cruise features. So I can just tap it on to toggle it on or off. Activation prompts, I can toggle that on or off. Predictive speed assist, and then here's my tolerance, and I love this. So I have set this to 5 miles an hour over the speed limit. So what it will do is it will adjust. I have it set to predictive speed assist. So this is where it's going to slow coming up to other vehicles, curves in the roads, and things like that. Tolerance allows you to set a maximum speed of up to 20 miles an hour over or under the posted speed limit. All of these features are very customizable for adaptive cruise. And then here are the other things. So pre-collision assist, rear view camera delay, blind spot information, cross traffic alert, brake assist, and driver alert. If I would like the driver alert, notifies you the vehicle that you are inattentive, so I can turn that on. These are great features for a teenager or for an older driver to really make sure that the car is looking out for them. I love that. And then you'll see also I've got auto hold on here, and that just will hold the car once I come to a stop and hit the brake. It will hold the car where it is, and that is one of my favorite features. Underneath this car menu, this is where the key to life is, all of these features. This is where I find myself going very often for things, but one of my favorites is right here. Ford Assistant, this hasn't changed at all for the 2025, but if you're looking at older models, it may not have that. And these are voice commands, and you can turn on or off listen for the wake word, and then you can also set your preferred wake word. They haven't given us a custom setting yet, but you can, I chose this one, and here's what it does. Hello, Ford. So I'm going to hit cancel, but I can ask it to navigate, set the temperature, whatever I'd like. It is there to help me out. I really love this. They haven't changed a ton other than the Blue Cruise 1.5. These are features that we've had on here before. It's all a little more sophisticated. Many of these features are going to be available through an over-the-air update. Blue Cruise 1.5, which is the more sophisticated driving system, will not be available in an over-the-air update because it relies on equipment that is built into the Mustang Mach-E for 2025. The changes to the 2025 Mustang Mach-E are subtle, but they are really good. Ford says that these are based on what customers said that they wanted, and it's pretty clear. Some of the things that they did change, I am all about. I really love that. I love the new graphics on the driver display. I love the function of that center screen. I like that they didn't change it. Everybody's going to that linear screen that spans the dashboard. We have not seen that yet. We might in the future, but those who really love that wide, that large center display are going to appreciate that. Maybe they'll get one that turns. That's been a trend as well. I love the new center space on the center console, more room for more things, and also still that under console storage is a favorite thing. Blue Cruise 1.5 is a huge improvement. That is worth the price of admission, especially if you drive a lot in traffic or if you road trip. And I'm going to say I appreciate it much more in rush hour traffic than I do on a road trip. On a road trip, there's not that much to pay attention to. In rush hour traffic, there's a lot to pay attention to, and that can be far more exhausting. That's where I really find that this system is great. It's very responsive, it's very smart, and I love all the customizable features in that system. The new gear selector, a lot of people love the stock, and I will say I like the position of it, although I'm used to that dial gear shifter. And I like that too. If you like the dial, go get the 2024 model. If you would like to have a larger, more open center console, 2025 is probably where your head should be. And I'm going to tell you, either way, you can't go wrong in this really beautiful all-electric Mustang.